A stirring rendition as we get ready to rock the casino here in Sydney. It is the main event, and for the OPBF vacant junior middleweight title, an international contest, we are scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds. Introducing first and fighting out of the red corner, he hails from Seoul, Korea, and trains out of the Dalia's Naga, Donghung Gym, weighing in at 69.85 kilograms, a record 26 fights, 19 wins and 12 wins via way of knockout. A warm Sydney welcome for Dae San Lee. Fighting out of the blue corner in this international war, ladies and gentlemen, this young man hails from Marrickville, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. Weighing in at 69.45 kilos, he is the enforcer of Team Fennec. 25 fights, 25 wins and 14 devastating knockouts. A dual Aussie champ, an IBF Pan-Pacific champion. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him the Lionheart, Nader Your referee is Mr. Charlie Lucas. Your judges at ringside, Brian McMahon, Gus Mercurio, and Mansek Chow.
Okay, boys, I've already spoken to you in the dressing room. You must defend yourself at all times. You must obey my instructions at all times. Shake hands. You right, Gus?
Nader Hamdan getting final instructions from Jeff Fennick. Barry Michael, former world champion at ringside. And we are underway for the OPBF Junior Middleweight Championship, both men in white trunks. Nader Hamdan in the white boots. The dark boots belong to Dae San Lee from Seoul in Korea. Scheduled for 12 3-minute rounds. Nader Hamdan undefeated in 25 fights, 14 knockouts, and 12 knockouts for Lee, so he has good power as well, Barry.
He sure has, John, and you know, I would think Jeff would have told him in the corner to have a bit of a look at this guy, this Korean first. I don't think the camp knows a great deal about him, and he's come out throwing a few wild ones. He's walking up on Nader at the moment. Nader looking very poised.
Nader Hamdan off to a flying start, round number 1. Serving up to Dae San Lee, looking to continue his undefeated reign. Lee ranked number 2 in the Orient Pacific Boxing Federation. Nader Hamdan ranked at number 1. Here comes Lee, coming forward with good authority. Nice solid shots working away to the body of Nader Hamdan.
Yeah, powerful right drive to the body from Dae San Lee. It looks as though it's going to be his attack to start the fight, to concentrate on the body and try and get Nader with one of his bigger punches. But Nader looking very cool at the moment.
Looping left hand from Dae San Lee. And working at close quarters. Throwing body shots as well. Full referee Charlie Lucas separates them momentarily. There's a jab from Nader Hamdan. That was impressive, doubling up with it. It's a willing contest.
This guy's just concentrating on the body at the moment, you know, mainly, and Nader's picking him off beautifully with that left hand.
Punch out. Punch away.
There's again showing us good style with that jab, just backing up Dae San Lee. He's starting to mark up already. This is the sharpest I've seen Nader Hamdan.
Good right hand. Dae San Lee copped another one as he came in there. Goes a wild overhand right.
Oh, Nader Hamdan well on top here, showing an edge in class against Dae San Lee from Korea, having his way with him. Just picking him off with the left hand. And he scored with some telling shots already. Lee's taken them well. He needs to come up with a better defense than the one he's using at the moment. He's again arching the head back with the jab as Nader Hamdan.
He'll end up getting leather poisoning from that left jab the way he's going there, John, I'll tell you.
Well, he can't take this for 12 rounds.
No. He's eating that left hand.
Nader Hamdan well on top. Oh, there's a good body shot from Dae San Lee. Just grabbed the attention of Nader Hamdan right at the end of round number 1.
Clear round to Nader Hamdan.
Well, it's hard not to score the round in his direction. The jab was as good as I've seen from Nader Hamdan.
When we played the one, he was hitting a beautiful one. We did have a double. The next one was a chop down later. Let's not chop. Let's punch properly. And now listen to me. When you make him miss sometimes over the uppercut step when we're going backwards, make him miss first. Turn him, get off it, and then pop that uppercut on him as well, okay? But it's all from the jab. Nothing else has to come until he's tired, Nate. A couple more rounds, that jab smacking him. The right hand's there, but don't take risks with it.
Well, he used the jab to good effect in the opening round. Nader Hamdan, there he is feeding a constant supply of leather to Dae San Lee from Korea. Right on the money. Dae San Lee took a lot of punches, but didn't appear to be in trouble at any stage.
Round 2.
But he needs to come up with something better than he did in the opening round. Round 2 underway for the OPBF junior middleweight title. Dual Australian champion Nader Hamdan in the white trunks, white boots. Dae San Lee, the number 2 ranked boxer in the junior middleweight division of the OPBF. He is in the white trunks, gold trim, black boots. And Nader Hamdan getting good support from the fans as well. Nader Hamdan is ranked number 4 in the world, and he's living up to that ranking at the moment. It's been a very polished display.
Right, step back. Box.
Artillery coming from Dae San Lee, and he's not blocking too many of Nader Hamdan's punches at the moment. Now he works to the body in close.
Right.
Yeah, Dae San Lee just concentrating, his punches to the body at the moment. He seems to be, his timing's out. He can't collect Nader to the head, and he's certainly eating a lot of leather.
Now Dae San Lee opening up on Nader Hamdan as he retreated into the blue corner, but right away the jab coming back from Nader Hamdan. Dae San Lee from ringside gives the impression of having good power.
Yeah, he's gaining confidence too. He's got Nader on the back foot here.
Punch away, boys. Punch. Uppercut.
Oh, good, nice inside rip there from Nader
Punch
Hamdan.
away, boys.
Good inside work. Another nice left hook to the body. Hussey, how are you seeing this at the moment?
I think he's boxing superbly. Nader, he's doing what he has to do. He's got to watch out. The bloke doesn't come over for a big punch. But he's in the jab brilliantly, and that's what he's got to do, stick to it for a couple of rounds.
Oh, for sure, the jab's working real well for him.
Close quarters, Nader Hamdan working hard. Dae San Lee.
Nader should step back now and bang him with a couple of long ones.
Well, he's working well to the body, and that's one thing he's been working on is his power. And you can see now, he gets power behind his punches.
I haven't seen him jab as impressively as this ever.
No, he's got one of the most awkward jabs in the business, and people don't realise how awkward it is to get it outside of it. It looks easy, but it's not.
Yeah, he brings it up from down low.
That's exactly right. He just flicks it out and just flicks it in your face the whole time.
Very hard to time it when it comes up from lower down.
Final 30 seconds, round number 2. Nader Hamdan continuing on with the good work here against Dae San Lee.
He's a rough, tough guy, Dae San Lee. He likes that inside rough work.
He's already been warned for going low. Now Charlie Lucas speaks to both men about going low. Chopping right hand grabbed the attention of Dae San Lee right at the end, concluding stages at least of round number 2. Nader Hamdan will be happy with that as well. End of the second stanza. Former 2-time Australian champion and state champion here in New South Wales. He wants the OPBF bout. He's already won the IBF Pan Pacific Junior Middleweight title back in November '99. Nader Hamdan doing well here against Dae San Lee from Korea. With an international bout, international judges, Mansik Chow is the representative of Korea, and Gus Mercurio, very popular man in boxing circles here in Australia. Well, he is judging this fight as well. Good to see Gus at ringside. Here's some of the action from round number 2. Seen a number of Nader Hamdan's fights. deteriorate into a wrestle, but on this occasion he's getting some good distance and some good leverage on his punches. And I'm sure he's impressing the judges at ringside, and Gus Mercurio is one of them, just back from America and off to Bangkok soon as well. As we get underway, round number 3, the junior middleweights, the OPBF title. Barry Michaels has the scoreline 20-18 at the moment for Nader Hamdan. I have him winning the first 2 rounds as well. And Dae San Lee in the white trunks with the blue stripe. Again, is eating some leather here at the early stages of the 3rd.
Oh, Dae San Lee, legs wobble, but I think he might have done that deliberately to try and draw Nader in, but I think it's just a matter of time before one of these shots lands cleanly.
And at close quarters,
the right hand.
Lands with the right hand. Lee fights back, but Hamdan is landing the cleaner punches clearly.
That's the right hand that has been working on in the gym. You know, there's that straight right hand with a bit of all his body behind that, and it's starting to work, and it's playing effect at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to get nailed with it big time shortly, I think, Dae San Lee. Just a matter of time. He's going, but he hasn't got an answer to this left hand.
It doesn't look hurt at all, which is a good sign for the Korean.
Well, he's tough, but I get the impression that Nader will nail him cleanly, and it'll have effect shortly. Because you can't keep walking through the punishment like that, Husky.
No doubt about it.
Tell you what, he's fighting a game fight though.
It's a good test for Nader Hamdan. That's what he needs, you know, leading up to these big fights at the moment. And he's got a big fight in December against the number 15 WBC.
Lovely punches from Nader Hamdan. He does, mate. He brings his left hand up from down low all the time. I used to do that. And it's very effective against, especially against a taller guy, which is, you know, he's the taller guy here. But I always used to be able to get a jab in if you drop down and bring it up. And his left hand is very deceptive.
Well, they don't see it coming, which is a good thing about it.
For sure. I don't think Dae San Lee's seen one of them.
Doubling up with a jab and out tripling as Nader Hamdan continues to build an impressive points tally here against Dae San Lee from Korea.
It's impressive when you see Nader doing the double jab and triple jab and landing him like there. I mean, that's a skillful fighter for you, not just a one-off jab. There we go, double jab right hand.
Oh, nice punch.
This is as sharp as Nader Hamdan has ever looked. He certainly was a man on the up. And when you consider he's undefeated in 25 fights, that's saying something.
The impressive thing about what I see from Nader, he's not getting hit like he usually does, and that's one good sign of it. He's got great defense tonight.
He's just outclassing the number 2 ranked fighter at the moment is Nader Hamdan.
He can't take this for too long.
Not a lot of artillery coming back from Lee at the moment. He's been warned twice for going low. At the moment, it's just a punching bag for Nader Hamdan.
Have a left hand.
Step back. Box.
Including stages of the 3rd round. No change in the game plan so far. It's been one-way traffic for Nader Hamdan.
Nearly 10-8 that round. I'm going to give that 10-8 to Nader Hamdan. He won it clearly.
Deserving so.
Hey, listen. Hey, that's okay, brother. Now listen to me and listen good, okay? Later, we can hit him with that. You know how we practice in the right hand? Let's start the round off with some nice jabs. Now, you don't want you to sit and I want to get this right hand working. Don't take a risk, but sit on him. No punch, right his jab. Bang the right hand on him hard, okay? I want you to think about knocking him out with it. All right? And after we throw it, turn the weight off that thing for the hook, Nader. We just slap it, turn the weight off the hook, and we're going to get out of here. Nice jabs, nothing dangerous.
Well, Jeff Fennick with the instructions, and look at the one-way traffic here from Nader Hamdan. Dae San Lee doesn't know where they're coming from, trying to defend himself, but not with a lot of authority at the moment.
Well, Nader used to chop with the right hand with no body behind it, but in the gym lately he's been getting the whole weight behind his punches, and it's starting to take effect in the gym, and it's working here. That's what he wants him to do, use the whole body, not just the hand movement.
Our feature event, we begin round number 4 between Nader Hamdan on the right of your screen. Now with his back to us, and Dae San Lee from Korea. 30-26, Barry Michael has it at the moment. One-way traffic for Nader Hamdan. Good speed as well. Combination work to the body from Nader Hamdan.
Well, Jeff wants Nader to sit on that right hand, just lean back and come back over the jab with the right hand, and you reckon he'll knock him out with it?
I reckon it could be right too, mate. Because you know, he's walking onto the punches. He's just going to set him up sooner or later and land that big one, I think.
Again, a little south of the border from Dae San Lee. Referee Charlie Lucas watching closely. His hand and opens up again with the right hand over the top.
Hands are free, punch out of it.
Good body punching in there too from Nader Hamdan.
There's not a lot of stick on the punches from Dae San Lee now.
No, he's getting hit with everything. Although he has been from round one, hasn't he? I don't think he's blocked one.
I'm very impressed with Nader's defence at the moment. He's not getting hit.
He's not getting hit.
No, he's not. It's the most important thing in boxing. If you don't get hit, well, you're doing a great job.
Hit and not be hit. That's what it's all
Name
about.
of the game.
Oh, nice left hook.
Again, Dae San Lee backed up here by Nader Hamdan. Middle stages, round number 4. And the boxer from Korea may be ranked number 2 by the OPBF. But he's got his hands full at the moment.
Right, step back. Box.
At the moment, he thinks he's surrounded, I think. Oh, another vicious right hand. Uppercut. Oh, tried a good right hand there, Dae San Lee. Had no effect at all on Nader Hamdan.
That's one thing Nader's always lacked, is that power knockout punch. He never had it because of his amateur career background, but he's been working on it, and I think it's just starting to come now, and at the right time where he's starting to jump up in the rankings. That's exactly right, where he needs it, and now you can see that he's sitting on his punches. There he goes again with another right hand.
Impressive work from Nader Hamdan. Dae San Lee coming forward, trying to make something happen here in the 4th round.
Game boy, Dae San Lee.
Lee will be deducted a point if he goes low once more. I've counted 5 warnings. And look at the jab again, an effective weapon for Nader Hamdan, as it has been since they rang the bell to start round 1.
Box. Step back. Box.
Final 20 seconds, round number 4. His right hand from Nader Hamdan. Dae San Lee is tough. He keeps coming forward, but he's being outgunned at the moment.
Keep digging the body, Dae San Lee. Give him credit. He's in top condition. He's banging away to the body, but he's just being outgunned from all angles. Look at that, 5-6 jabs.
End of round number 4, and Nader Hamdan is well on top here of our feature event from Star City. Former world champion Barry Michael and Australia's undefeated star Hussein Husseini, our guest commentator. Home of Australian boxing here on Fox Sports.
Well, I get the chance going to thank Nader. would like to thank a couple of his sponsors. Kieran O'Connor's was helping him out, Froggy.com, Sleeping Motors in Chilora, Paul Hodds who's helping Sky Channel, and Chris from back pain injuries, where he's been helping him recover for these injuries, and it's doing a great job at the moment. Also Sukarno forgot, and of course his website is out, so check it out on www.naderhamdan.com. And my one will be out very soon with Kieran O'Connor helping me out, and I'm Mohammed designer, so HusseinHussein.com will be out very soon. So if he's ever like get on there, give it a try.
Seconds down. Round 5.
Well, 4 rounds have transpired. Dae San Lee hasn't won any of them. And Nader Hamdan comes out to start round number 5, full of running. He's on the right of your screen. Dae San Lee, white with the yellow tassels and blue stripe. 40-35 for Barry Michael. I have 40-36 at the moment, but it is undeniably one-way traffic.
Right, step back. Box.
And the sharper punching coming from Nader Hamdan. Dae San Lee showing good courage here. That's certainly an edge in class with Nader Hamdan. That's why the IBF have him in at number 4 in the world.
Starting to prove it now. He's stepping up in class and showing it that he can mix it with the best in the world.
Getting good leverage on his punches too, Nader Hamdan. And showing us some good footwork as well.
Well, he trains very hard. You know, he looks at his mistakes, and he's always in the gym after everybody's gone. He's there in the mirror trying things out. And that's one thing that pays off for him. And you can see the hard training that he does. It always pays off in the ring for him.
He's an excitement machine, Nader Hamdan.
Right, step back. Step back.
And a suggestion of a low blow in there from Dae San Lee. Who incidentally has been warned in every round so far for going a little south of the border. The except round 5 so far. Although he's testing the patience of referee Charlie Lucas. Going just a little south of the border. Hamdan catches him with a left hand. There was a definite low blow with the left hand, and Nader decides to return fire. And Charlie Lucas told him they were square.
A real body punching war there for about 30 seconds. And really, that's the main assault that Dae San Lee's got, his body attack. He's a strong body puncher and he's very tough.
He is very tough. There's a game working away to the ribcage of Nader Hamdan. He's taken a lot of punishment, but he still has good power.
Oh, nearly headbutted Nader Hamdan there. Did headbutt him, actually. Just worried that he was cut himself.
That's where Lee wants to. He wants to be in close in front of that body and never get out. But Nader's doing a good job of moving around the ring and...
Yep, kicking him off with a jab.
Well, Dae San Lee has to stop blocking the punches with his head at the moment. Major flaw.
It is a major
in his
flaw.
game plan.
Oh, good right hand from Dae San Lee there.
End of round number 5. Dae San Lee's game, if nothing else.
Very courageous Korean fighter.
Nader Hamdan only has the answers at the moment.
Mate, that was our worst there, mate, because you're fucking sitting on the ropes, dropping your hands. Let's work off the jab, okay? Snappy jab, mate, listen to me. Mate, just sit back when you come, bang the right hand, just rock back and come back with the right hand. The right hand loose, jab, jab, jab. You've got to hurt him with an A, or he's going to come all day like America. Open up.
Mate, he's got one chance and you're going to get a stiff of it, mate.
That's right.
Keep the jab in his face or centre. Hold it on the leg so it's not going to work.
Come on, mate, here. Work off the face. Feel good, mate? Right? Good. Well, let's work off the jab. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. That's all right. Give me one back. Give me one back. All right,
Seconds down. Round 6.
Underway, round number 6. It's a shutout so far for Nader Hamdan. I have him 50-45 ahead of Dae San Lee at the moment. Mary Michael has 50-44 at the moment.
To be honest with you, John, you know, like the last couple of rounds, you could have even scored him 10-8 for Hamdan. I mean, it's been one-way traffic, really.
And Johnny Lewis in the corner there between rounds with Nader Hamdan as well. He's off to America on Sunday with Kostya Tszyu. But whenever he's involved, there's always good instructions.
Well, we couldn't get a better corner than that.
That's for sure. And I'll tell you, the great Kostya Tszyu going over to fight Zab Judah, and they tell me in America he's the underdog in the betting, and I tell you, I know where my money's going to be.
That's for sure.
On Mr. Tszyu, and I reckon he'll do us proud.
Hopefully we'll knock out too.
Yeah, he will.
Good work again from Nader Hamdan, switching his attention from the body upstairs, connecting with almost everything he's throwing at the moment. Dae San Lee is so keen to get in close and work to the body that he's prepared to take some punishment to get there, and sometimes he doesn't even get there. There he's again sneaking a little south of the border.
Well, Jeff doesn't want him to sit on the ropes. That's one thing he doesn't want him to do in punch. Just wants him to get move around all that and let him walk onto one of the right hands.
Break. Step back. Box.
Well, perhaps the only danger here for Nader Hamdan is if he wears himself out, or his hands at least, he's landing at will.
Both his hands.
He just continues to unload on Dae San Lee.
Break. Step back. Box.
Well, he's got to keep using that jab, you know. He can't stop doing it. That's what he is doing. The guy doesn't know what's happening when he throws in his face.
He certainly doesn't.
Well, we know in some other sports they have the mercy rule, where if one team gets so far in front, they stop it.
Break.
We might need it here as well.
That's one thing the Korean won't do is give up, and he'll be there to the end.
Yeah, no, he's not here to give up. He's here to win, that's for sure. And he's trying very hard, but he's not in the league of Nader Hamdan.
Just outclassed.
That's going low. We're going to have to take a point off him eventually. And now it is here in round number 6. Well, he was warned twice in round number 3. He was warned as early as round 2 and round 1. Nader Hamdan appears to be okay. And there again, sneaking a little south of the border was Dae San Lee. His attack has been almost exclusively to the body. And perhaps Nader Hamdan a little earlier in his career, this would have been a contest for Dae San Lee, but not at this stage as he finishes round number 6 in style.
Good flurry of finish there in the last seconds.
I mentioned the Mercer. Well, I guess we do use it in amateur boxing. We saw at the Olympics here in Sydney, 15-point margin, and they would wave them away. And in all honesty, Dae San Lee has been brave here, but it's hard to see him actually causing an upset because Nader Hamdan is just all over him at the moment.
Yeah, it would be very unlikely. A good counter there. I mean, look, he's as game as Ned Kelly, but he's just been outgunned in all directions. He's been outboxed, he's been outpunched, outmanoeuvred, but he's still game and he's still there, and he can definitely bang a bit, you know.
Well, as long as Nader doesn't lose concentration, you know, that's one thing he can't do. You know, he's still got 6 more rounds to go.
Yeah. Well, what was a 10-9 round will be a 10-8 round with a point deducted for the low blow there.
Of course, you could have scored at 10-8 anyway without the point deducted. The last 3 rounds or 4 rounds you could have scored at 10-8, I think, John.
Well, we're into round number 7. 90 went to round 6 on my scorecard. But we're still going, although it is very lopsided. 60-52 for Barry Michael. I have 60-53 for Nader Hamdan. And Dae San Lee from Korea, well, he's still coming forward. At the moment, not with any great effect at all. It's been one-way traffic, and Nader Hamdan could scarcely have been more impressive.
I tell you what, he's in good nick, Dae San Lee, isn't he? He's in good condition. The punishment he's taken, he's still firing away with a lot of shots.
Not even breathing. That's one thing you can tell. He's not even breathing, and he's still in his face. He's still coming forward. And
yeah, he's a fit boy.
Nader can't slow down at all. He's going to keep the pace going and hopefully get to stop him out later on.
Lee continues to march forward, trying to unsettle Nader Hamdan. He's eating some big shots again. They're doubling up with the jab, Nader Hamdan.
On your heads.
Just racking up the points. I don't have punch stats going here, but the computer would be overloaded trying to count Nader Hamdan scoring punches.
It's that right hand, he's got to turn it down off the knuckle part, and he'll hurt a lot of fighters when he does that. Just slaps a bit of it or just chops it down a bit, but once he turns it over and uses the whole body, he'll knock a few people out.
I know a lot of good judges believe that the strong Jeff Fennick camp, if you were asked who is the best technician out of the lot, most people say Hussein Hussein. If that is the case, Hussey, who's number 2 in terms of a good technician? I'll put you on the spot.
I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, we've got a great team of boxers there, and every kind of style and every kind of way. I mean, you can't really tell you. Anyone could be anything.
He'll be a diplomat or a politician when he finishes boxing, Barry, won't he?
I hope so.
Back to the action. Nothing has changed. Nader Hamdan still unloading at will on Dae San Lee.
I'd like to see Nader bring the uppercut up the middle after a jab, you know, because the Lee's coming down with his hands on his side. It'd be nice to see an uppercut right up the middle.
40 seconds remaining, round 7. Dae San Lee continues with his body attack.
Just used it there and keeps using that right uppercut right now effectively.
Nader Hamdan coming on strong here. Backing up, Dae San Lee is in trouble in round number 7. Nader Hamdan has Dae San Lee on unsteady legs at the moment. Continuing to unload with the overhand right. He is a very tough customer, Dae San Lee. The volume of punches from Nader Hamdan are taking their toll. Another round in the books for Nader Hamdan. He's getting a very solid workout. Now bleeding from a cut just on the forehead as well, Nader Hamdan. No concern there.
Just hold his nose. Nader, if we throw the uppercut, we will go out of this. Close, Nader. Low. Wipe his nose. Put pressure on it. Come on, Johnny. Test his nose. Have a drink. Come on, Billy.
Some of the action from round number 7. Nader Hamdan has been feeding Dae San Lee the jab right from the word go. And there's the right hand. And less than 60 seconds after Hussein was calling for the uppercut, Jeff Fennick was calling for the uppercut. You make a good trainer as well when you retire, Hussey.
I hope so.
Is that the plan? Will you continue on in boxing, perhaps in a training capacity?
Well, I love the sport too much. I love to put back into what I've got out of it. It's my life, and it'll be great to train a young kid and bring him up and do the best he can do.
Oh, we look forward to that. Barry Michael has 70-61 at the moment in favour of Nader Hamdan. I have 70-62.
Oh, there's the uppercut again. Now he's starting to throw it.
Now he's trying to work on the uppercut. And that might appeal to Dae San Lee, as he's sick of taking punches to the top of the head and around the jaw. Nader Hamdan is showing us the full kit of punches now. Just can't put Dae San Lee away. He's been very durable. 7 rounds of punishment have been dished out to Dae San Lee. He's still going and hasn't changed his game plan.
His punch is starting to come out very slowly, so you can tell it's starting to take effect now. Just a matter of time. If Nader keeps that pressure up, you know, he's going to be gone.
Hamdan bleeding from the nose.
Great jab.
5 jabs in a row.
Just starting to trouble him a little bit as well. Flicking at the nose is Nader Hamdan. Dae San Lee continues his attack right on the belt line, if not a little lower. And again, a warning from referee Charlie Lucas.
Dae San Lee, mate's trying to land anywhere he sees a bit of skin, I'll tell you.
It's almost at the stage where Charlie Lucas should warn him for going low before they start each round.
Yeah. It's a body punching duel at the moment. Both boys ripping away there. Nader looking for the big shot over the top.
It's certainly been a good workout for Nader Hamdan.
Oh, yeah.
He has it under control, but he has a very tough opponent in front of him.
Grab that right hand much earlier than what he's doing. Just holding it back.
Again, the jab. Just destroying Dae San Lee. That's as good as you'll see.
It's like a computer game at the moment. The boxing games.
This is just like one of my traffic.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie Lucas, a referee, steps in at some stage here. I don't know if there's much point in Dae San Lee continuing.
Well, Nader just looked at his right hand as if, oh God, what am I doing?
Keep him up, son.
That's one thing he's got to not do is sit on the ropes. He's got to get off there and move around and punch off it.
I tell you what, the Korean, really gets some power in those body shots of his. Nader's not troubled by him, but he certainly, his body attack will be too much for him, I reckon, and his toughness.
Yeah.
Well, Dae San Lee's done a good job to still be there at the end of round number 8.
That's a 10-8 round for sure.
He is a very tough customer, Dae San Lee. 19 wins from 26 starts, 12 knockouts to his credit. And on what we've seen tonight, I expect that most of those knockouts would have been a body attack, because he's almost exclusively worked downstairs, while upstairs it's Nader Hamdan's jab that is just dominating the fight.
Well, the left jab's the best weapon in the book. Everything comes off the jab, whether it be a right jab or a left jab, whether you be a southpaw or orthodox. But in this case, Nader Hamdan with a beautiful continuous jab to the face of Dae San Lee, and he's got no answer for it, has he?
Well, he can't get outside the jab. Well, he can't do nothing at the moment. He can't get outside the far right hand. He's walking straight into it and upsetting himself. And that is using it to perfection.
Round 9 underway. Nader Hamdan with a healthy points advantage. According to Barry Michael, it's 80-69. They have 80-71 at the moment.
Punch away, boys.
Dae San Lee, to his credit, still standing there making a contest of this, even if it is a lopsided contest.
Well, you know, against a different opponent who stood there and stood toe-to-toe with him and body punched with him and slugged with him, and then, you know, he'd go well, but Nader just got too much of everything. And the left jab, I mean, as we said, he's just got no defence to it.
Well, perhaps 3 years ago, Nader Hamdan would have fallen into that category. But what we're seeing here tonight is as impressive as I have ever seen Nader Hamdan. And clearly, he is improving still as a boxer, despite being undefeated in 25 fights.
That's true. I mean, a couple of fights ago, he would have been sitting there just brawling with him, taking 3 punches to land 1. But now, as you can see, he's on his toes, steps back, pivots side to side, and he's landing his punch at the same time, which is great to see.
Yeah. I like the way he gets side on, you know, and really takes full advantage of his jab.
Just fix it out, yeah. Gets an extra length out of it.
And not only from a Nader Hamdan point of view, but I can't recall a better display of use of the jab on big-time boxing for quite some time.
No, for sure. This guy's, he's certainly eating it.
The obligatory low warning for Dae San Lee.
Well, he finally landed the right hand over his jab. That's the first one all night.
And then he's fired up Nader Hamdan.
Good shots from Nader. Tough boy.
Nader should be at that distance the whole time, you know, no more than arm's length, and he should know by his jab and just use his jab as his distance. That's all.
Excellent work again from Nader Hamdan as he builds more points against Dae San Lee. Well, sometime fighters imported into Australia have been accused of not giving 100%, but certainly you cannot make that argument about Dae San Lee.
No, that's what I said before the fight. The Koreans, they generally come to fight and they mean business.
And he's earned his money.
He sure has.
He might even throw in a bonus. But Nader Hamdan has looked in terrific shape. A man on the way up and a man to be reckoned with is Nader Hamdan. End of round number 9. And Dae San Lee, well, his record suggests he has power and he's going to need it. The only way he can win this fight is via the knockout. Let's see what Jeff Fennick has to say to Nader Hamdan.
Nader, oh my gosh. Hey, now listen to me for a second, okay? Nader, if your right hand's a little bit sore, which I know it is, mate, bend down and pop the left uppercut in close. Left uppercut, bang into the left hook, Nader. Come on, think, mate. Oh, I know you will. Just get in close. Left uppercut, don't always go to the body. Go for his chin when he said come. Don't always go to his body, the left rib. Go with his chin, the left uppercut. Bang back to the left hook, okay? Have a drink. 3 rounds to go, champion.
Come on, mate. Don't let him have a chance, mate. Come on.
Don't give him any chances. Perfect fight. Stand up for him.
Stand up, mate.
I'm enjoying it. In or out, I'm enjoying it. And that's what I want to do. I love it. But, hey, this clinch out right in and fucking bowl on
Seconds down. Round 10.
Set to go, round number 10 for the OPBF junior middleweight title. Nader Hamdan says he's enjoying this at the moment, and he unloads on Dae San Lee at the start of round number 10. Harry Michael has it 90-78. I have it 90-80. Nader Hamdan, a big leader on points at the moment. But to his credit, Dae San Lee continues to come back at him.
Enjoying it, right? He's doing what he wants to do in there, and why not make the most out of it?
Getting a good workout.
He is. He's trying things he hasn't tried before, and it's working for him. You know, Jeff wants him to use the left uppercut because he did mention he has a sore hand in there. So he wants him to use that left uppercut instead of left foot to the body. He wants to bring it up the middle.
I can understand him having a sore hand.
Well, it's interesting that it's the right hand that's troubling him because the jab has landed countless times.
Oh, nice uppercut there.
Punch away, boys.
It's been a great pace for Nader. He really hasn't stopped punching all night, and That shows you how fit he is and how hard he trains. You know, he can do this all night.
Excellent condition, mate, because he has his throwing punches pretty well continuously, and he is here in the 10th round.
And 12 months ago, we saw him fight Heath Stanton up at 76 kilos. 69.45 he comes in on this occasion, which is under the 69.85 junior middleweight limit. And he looks in great shape. Well, sometimes you wonder about boxers if they're ready to take that next step for the world title, but from what we've seen from Nader Hamdan, he is getting very close.
Another couple of fights, and I'm sure that he's there against the Winky Wrights, the Fernando Vargas, and that's what he's looking for.
What a weight division it is, the junior middleweights, as Nader Hamdan goes to work. Last 60 seconds, round number 10.
Oh, he got cut there. Nader's cut, I think.
I think you're right, might be right there.
His right eye,
Yeah.
headbutt.
You know when he turns around this side.
Well, Dae San Lee talking as well at the moment.
Yes, he is cut. Is he cut? Yes, he is.
He's cut above the right eye, Nader Hamdan. And it won't be long before Charlie Lucas will step in here and ask the doctor to have a look, perhaps. And he slips to the canvas.
He's just dripping right out in the blood.
And he's having trouble seeing out of that right eye.
To his eye, yeah.
And it's blown up straight away.
It's in a bad position.
It's the last thing he needed.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Concluding stages, round number 10.
Beautifully.
He can't get in anymore. He's got to move around.
Getting good support from the fans as well at Star City Casino in Sydney, and Nader Hamdan continues with an impressive work rate here as we go into round 11.
He's got a great corner, Johnny Lewis, who does cuts and does superbly.
Let's have a look at it.
Hey, Charlie.
It looks pretty nasty.
It is nasty.
Charlie Lucas has just deemed it a head clash, so they would go to the cards if they had to stop it.
I don't want you to get hit. I want to show you. You to show me how fit we are. You to show me how smart you are.
We don't want this to happen anymore, mate, so you want
Referee Charlie Lucas has just told Dr. Alex Lewis they'll let the corner clean this up, see what they can do. If it gets much worse, then Charlie Lucas will ask the doctor to have a look. But at the moment, they'll allow Johnny Lewis, the master trainer, Jeff Fennick and Billy Hussein in there working hard as well. But it has been deemed a head clash, so Nader Hamdan won't lose the fight if he has to stop because of the cut. Well, it's not looking too flash for him. His eye is puffing up. Round number 11 gets underway. Nader Hamdan leads handsomely.
Jeff doesn't want him to get hit at all. That's what he wants him to move around and not get hit.
Yeah, Johnny Lewis has stopped the bleeding very well there, and I think they've got the cut under control. It is more to the right corner of the right eye, so hopefully the blood will run down the side rather than into the eye if it does start bleeding heavily.
He'll get that right hand right up now. He can't afford to get hit on it.
No.
Break. Step back. Box.
Oh, that was low.
Get back.
He's been doing it all night.
Yeah.
And the pattern of the fight has been the same since round number 1, dominated by Nader Hamdan's jab. With Dae San Lee just working almost exclusively to the body, trying to find an opening. He's really taking a lot of punishment.
John, really unfortunate though to get a cut, at this stage of the fight and this stage of his career, especially when he's in control totally. It's one of those really unfortunate things.
Because good learning experience for him there to try and battle his way through this. He's obviously being troubled by the eye.
Well, we've seen him once before against the Filipino where his eye just closed completely and could not see out of it, and he came on strong and knocked the guy out. So he's done it before. He knows what it's like, and just got to be smart about it and not get it, move away from it.
Trouble is, though, Hussey, once you've got the scar tissue, you've got the scar tissue,
It does affect it, doesn't it?
And it comes back to haunt you, mate, I tell you.
Chopping right hand from Nader Hamdan. The jab continues to find a home, though.
He's doing a very good job of not getting hit now. He's using his range.
He's hardly even touched this round. Not that he has in many of the other rounds, really.
He's using the ring very well.
Yeah, he's boxing very well. The 11th round, he's fresh as the daisy.
Break. Step back.
Credit to Dae San Lee, though. He's never stopped trying. He's walked through that much leather. It's not funny. Good left hook there. And again.
Hate to be him tomorrow morning.
Oh, God, his head will look like the elephant man, I reckon.
He's soaked up an enormous amount of punishment. This is the 6th fight here tonight at Star City. And Dae San Lee's probably taken more punches in this fight alone than the other 5 combined.
I reckon you're right there, John.
That's not being disrespectful to Dae San Lee.
Yeah, no.
Because he has shown a great deal of heart and champion's heart at that.
And condition as well. I mean, he's in top condition. It's the 11th round, they're going flat out.
Well, Dae San Lee, he's been made to work very hard here. He's still going after 11 rounds.
We've even got blood on our score sheet now.
That would ease the concern of Jeff Bennick. They were perhaps worried there, hadn't heard the call. The cut-eye came from a headbutt rather than a punch, and Jeff just confirming that with him.
You know, to be honest with you, John, you Hussey, you know, like, I mean, I was cut quite a bit through my career, and I think only once out of about 25 cuts, I had a lot of them, I've lost count of them, but I think only one of them was ever from a punch. They're always an elbow or a headbutt.
Well, it's true, you know, it's very hard to cut a person off a punch. They land right on the, it's mostly headbutts.
Kieran O'Connor there with Nadal, Skinny Hussein in the crowd. And in fact, Hussey's last fight, you were cut, and it was in danger of being stopped. That was on the top of the head, though.
Side of the head,
Yeah, no, that's no drama. You could have fled all over him, they shouldn't stop it.
Well, they were very close to, and Hussey was talking to the referee and the doctor saying, let me continue. And they've let Dae San Lee continue into the 12th round here. And as you saw Barry Michael's scorecard, it's one-way traffic and has been since the opening bell for Nader Hamdan.
Oh,
seriously low.
Oh, he's mad.
Stay over there. Calm down.
Very mad.
Hey, 1 point. Stay up.
It's not called for, you know, he's losing that much.
1 point.
That's a second point that's been deducted for low blows.
Listen to me. No more. No more. You keep them up. Okay? You understand? You okay? Feel okay? Breathe up.
It doesn't help Nader, though. Not making him feel any better.
Box up.
Nader Hamdan goes back to work.
Dae San Lee, the crowd getting to its feet.
Nader's got to keep his cool, but he can't lose it here. It's the last round, and he's got to be very smart about it.
Oh, he's going to be. He's not going to lose his cool. If anything, he's just going to land with more combinations in this 12th round. Nice little right hand. Good shots there from Nader Hamdan. Dae San Lee trying desperately. Realised that he must be 200 miles behind. Beautiful combinations there from Nader Hamdan.
Just bring it up. That's all we need to see. Him bringing it up the middle, and he's been ending all night with it.
Well, the fans have certainly got their money's worth here at Star City. They're on their feet at the moment, shouting support for Nader Hamdan.
It's been a great fight.
Been a very good display from Nader Hamdan and a very brave display from Dae San Lee of Korea. Ranked numbers 1 and 2 by the OPBF at junior middleweight level. It's been a worthy title fight.
Well, coming up to 1 minute 30 of the 12th and final round. It's been a real war here. One-sided war, but all credit to Dae San Lee. He's never stopped trying. A lot of guts. He's taken a lot of punishment, but it's been a polished display by the new Orient Pacific champion, Nader Hamdan.
That's another low blow again.
Oh, he could have been disqualified.
Oh, he's got him back. Payback.
Oh, good stuff.
Well, Dae San Lee in trouble here, trying to protect himself at both ends.
You're both square now. Okay, you're square. No more.
You reckon Dae San Lee understands you're square?
And that has had enough at the moment.
Oh, don't blame him.
It's been a very tough workout for him. 12 hard rounds for Nader Hamdan.
Oh, big right from Dae San Lee.
That could be his best punch of the fight so far.
Had to be
Comes in the last 40 seconds.
34 seconds to go. Dae San Lee desperate.
I'd like to see Nader put it on now in the last 30 seconds.
So would I, yep. And I reckon he will.
Concluding stages of the 12th and final round. Nader Hamdan right on the bell, throws one more just to add to the punishment that he's dished out to Dae San Lee. The Korean boxer, a very brave and durable commodity, but the big winner is going to be Nader Hamdan. Well, as lopsided a 12-round fight as I've ever seen, Nader Hamdan did not lose a round.
There's his little boy Hassan, who's here to watch his dad.
And the rounds that Nader Hamdan didn't win 10-9, he won 10-8. Two of them were 10-8 because of a point deduction for Dae San Lee going low. But some of them were just straight out 10-8 by a volume of punches that Nader Hamdan landed. But there is one tough cookie, Dae San Lee, and Nader Hamdan will be the new OPBF junior middleweight champion. Twice Australian champion, a former New South Wales champion, and a former IBF Pan Pacific junior middleweight champion as well. Nader Hamdan's record now reads 26 starts for 26 wins, 14 by way of knockout. And it won't be long before we get the official tabulation. I have 120 to 106. Barry Michael, I believe, has 120 to 104. As lopsided a scoreline as you will see. But Brian McMahon, Gus Mercurio and Mansik Cho are the three judges at ringside. And it won't be long before we can give you the official result.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards. We have a unanimous winner. Judge Gus Mercurio scored the bout 120, 102.
Oh.
Judge Brian McMahon scored the bout 120, 100. Judge Mansek Chow scored the bout 115, 112. Your winner and new OPBF junior middleweight champion, Nader Hamdan.
Well, quite a variation in the scorelines there. Brian McMahon had Nader in front by 20 points. And the Korean judge, Mansik Chow, well, he had 115, 112, a thrpoint buffer.
Surprised he didn't give it to the other boy.
I'll tell you, that just shows you if you knocked a bloke out in Korea, you'd probably get a draw.
Well, Nader Hamdan's been impressive. Andy Raymond will try and fight his way through the crowd and get a word with the new OPBF champion.
I certainly do, John Casey, and there is one monster cut over the side, over the eye of Nader Hamdan. You're a brawler, you've earned that reputation, but tonight you were technically brilliant, Nader Hamdan. The most impressive performance in your 26 fights.
Oh, mate, this has been the toughest preparation for a fight. You can tell it was very technical, it was very hard. I showed it in the ring today when I needed it. I'm wrapped. I want to thank my sponsors like Khalid from Froggy.com, Khalid Boys, Sky Channel, the Motel Sleeping Express, Bill Backplane Clinic, Paul Arts. Mate, all the support of all the boxing crowd. Hey, I came in to give you a show and I'll give you that.
You certainly did, but Cut, the last thing you need, you dominated the fight, 120 to 100 on one card. The last thing you need in an annihilation is a cut like that.
Hey, Johnny, the Motel Sleeping Express, mate, hey, I come here to fight, I come here to win. At any cost, I go to war, I box. Hey, I showed today I can box on a one, I can get behind my jab, I can mix it. Hey, I'm on my way to world title. Winky Wright just won the IBF junior middleweight title. That's where I'm looking forward to. A couple more fights, I'll be ready. I'm learning, as you can tell, you probably haven't seen me use my jab as much, but I'm learning, I'm getting there.
Jeff, I think that I'll point a question towards you. Nader said he's learning and he's improving, and having had 25 fights before moving into the ring tonight, I can't believe the improvement in the guy. It's astonishing.
Yeah, he's improving all the time, and that's the great thing about training Nader Hamdan. Every time we come here, we add something new to his dimensions. He's been great. To all my friends at Rebel, thank you very, very much. To George DeCosta again. You make things so easy for Team Fenny. Thank you for your support. Paul Hunts, love you, brother, and everybody else. Paddy West, all my loyal supporters, and all the boys from Marrickville, all the Arminians, and Froggy.com, thank you very much. John Fakuri, thank you.
Nader Hamdan, a huge week for you. You've stepped up the Nader Hamdan road train and you've introduced your own website too, all in the 1 week.
Yeah, www.naderhamdan.com. Kieran O'Connor here helped me out with it, one of my best sponsors. To catch up on what I'm doing, a bit of fun. Got links like AJ Promotion, got the best WWF memorabilia and boxing. Secondsout.com, prize fighter, all the boys are in there. Mate, it's just a bit of fun for all my fans to get close to the team and everything else that's going on with Team Fennec.
Camperdown Sellers, who gave us all the wine today, thank you very much. The 5 Dock Hotel and Froggy.com just donated Nader Hamdan $10,000. And all back at the Berlin Bar tonight. The Berlin Bar, come and party with Nader Hamdan. The Berlin Bar.
Tell you what, John Casey, it's going to be a party tonight.
Oh, Andy Raymond, and we'll be back to finish this party here from Star City. We'll wrap it all up when we return right after this.